guys. I am going to be doing my December wrap-up, finally. I also need to do my 2016 recap type video, but I feel like I have the whole month of January really to do that kind of stuff, right? Right. The first book that I read was The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. Holy cow! So I had to read this for an in real life book club. I would not have picked it up otherwise. Not that I wasn't interested in reading this book, but I had some kind of strange emotion towards it, like based on, I don't know, I don't like dramas very much, and I just thought it would. I don't know. I didn't know what it was about. I just felt like it was a big drama, and it would be something. I don't know what I thought it would be, but holy cow, this book was so good. I am so happy that I had to read it. It's the story of a boy named Amir, and I'm pretty sure most of it is like him looking back on his life, and so he lives in Afghanistan. I'm pretty sure Afghanistan, but I have terrible memory out. But it's him, and then it's him, his father, and then their servant, and then the servant's son, Hassan. I'm pretty sure. Shoot, yeah, I read this at the beginning of the year. I don't remember what. Yeah, Hassan. Whew. So it's kind of, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just the story of them together. I don't want to tell you anything. It's just really good. So most of the narration takes place when he's a little boy, and it's all leading up to this one event that happened in his life that changed his life, which it did. I don't know why I'm using air quotes. Just because I feel like as children we internalize certain things more. Anything could have happened, and yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the event that happened was much more something that affected him personally because of guilt associated with it, and less it affected other people who were involved, if that makes any sense. But anyways, so it starts off when they're kids, and then at a certain point him and his father move to the US, and then the Taliban takes over, and at a certain point he goes back. I think he goes to Pakistan, though, to see an old family friend who's dying. Spoiler alert, not really, but whatever. And so it kind of just follows him. So when he's a kid, and then when he's an adult, and him looking back on his friendship with Hassan. And it's just so good. It's so powerful and moving. And it just makes me really sad. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. Because there's the two different groups. There's the, I don't remember what they're called, but the Shiites and the crap. I obviously know very little about this part of the world, but there's two different there's two different groups in this area, and just the way the one that's in power treats the one that's not. It just makes me really sad, and it's I don't understand how this kind of crap happens everywhere. Anywhere there are humans, there are other humans trying to disempower, and it's just, whew, it's ridiculous to me. And so anyways, that plays kind of a part in the book. Mostly it's just a beautiful commentary. I just love this book. It was so good. Yeah, anyways, I'm pretty sure I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. If not, I'm gonna go change it right now, because obviously it's still affecting me, and I read it over a month ago, or about a month ago. And then the next book that I read was Mary by Vladimir Nabokov. This is the third book by Nabokov that I've read. This was good. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. It wasn't anything super special. I think it was his first book, maybe. Maybe I should tell you who translated this. Michael Glenny translated this. Was this translated? I don't think so. I think he wrote this in English. The Kite Runner. I'm just checking. I'm pretty sure he wrote it in English. I'm pretty sure. I feel good about my assumption. But anyways, so this is the story of a man whose name I forget, Gannon, and he's living in like a boarding house in Berlin with a bunch of other Russians, and one of his roommates, his wife Mary, is gonna come, and so he starts having like all of these flashbacks to when he's like, oh, that's my Mary, and like he's having flashbacks when he was younger and when he was in love with this woman named Mary. I thought it was okay. It wasn't, again, anything special. I'm going to read everything that Nabokov has written because I, like, love Lolita and I really, really like Pale Fire. So this doesn't, like, it's just, like, it was fun. I'm glad that I read it, but it wasn't, like, spectacular or anything. And then the next book that I read was Pedro Páramo by Juan Rulfo. He's a Mexican author. This was translated by Margaret Sayers Pedin. I don't know if I pronounced her name right. But so this is very interesting. I give this 2 out of 5 stars. Mostly because I just don't know what was happening. So I'm going to have to reread it. I'm pretty sure I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. It's the story of this man named Quan, and he is going back. His mother has died, and the mother's like dying wish or whatever is for him to go back to this town that she grew up in and find his father and like get what is rightfully his from his father. So the narration is very strange. It kind of like jumps back and forth between different people. So like at first you're getting Juan's perspective, but then it goes back in time. And then you see Pedro when he was a boy and then like when he was getting older. And it's very dreamlike and like hazy and misty, if that makes any sense. Like I literally have very, very little idea of what actually happened in this book. Again, I'm going to reread it. I don't think it's a bad book. I gave it 2 out of 5 stars, which for me is like a meh book. Maybe I should... No, yeah, because I just like didn't understand it. I just can't help that. So I'm going to try to reread it. There is a foreword in it that I think kind of swayed my perspective of the book by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, and he basically talks about how this is like one of like the masterpieces, and it's like so fantastic and nothing. It says, my discovery of Juan Rulfo, like that of Kafka, will without doubt be an essential chapter in my memoirs. So like he loved this book. He read it over and over and like knew every word. He knew what page, what passage was on what page. And so like having that kind of like super hyped experience reading that before reading the book, I don't know what I was expecting, but I didn't get what I was expecting. It was beautifully written. The language is absolutely gorgeous, but I just didn't really understand. Maybe I'll reread this like next year because I want to like keep my knowledge of what's in the book when I reread it. I don't want to like totally forget about what happened because I think that's the problem, is that since it changes time like over and over, and like who like from whose perspective you're getting it, and then people are dead, people like, so they're ghosts, but are they like, you know, it's just very confusing. So anyways, I give that 2 out of 5 stars. Sorry, this is kind of like a weird rambling video, as they all are, I guess, at this point. And then last thing that I read that I did not put on my Goodreads because it's ridiculous is The Ghastly Crumb Tinnies by Edward Gorey. I just read this out loud to Jake. There's really funny dark ones. And yeah, so it's just literally pictures. So that's why I didn't put it on my Goodreads because, you know, whatever. So that is what I read in December. I had a really slow reading month. 3 sad little books. Well, I guess I'll just say 4 for funsies. I made a good amount of progress into, well, not really. It looks like I barely read anything, but I read like 200 pages of The Stand. So I still need to work on that. And yep. That's it. I'm going to go read because there's a readathon happening right now and I want to read more. So thanks for watching. I hope everyone had a great December. I don't know why I always do that. It's like a anxiety thing maybe. I don't know. Anyways, bye.